Hi everybody, welcome back to another Terrible Thursday movie. We know we changed it from Tuesday to Thursday, and the Terrible Movie Tuesday has a better ring, so we may eventually go back to that one. But tonight's movie is a recommended movie from one of our patrons, Ben. It is
Glen or Glenda.
1953.
Yeah, I don't know what year it was.
Yeah, I checked that when I pulled it up.
Okay.
I'm only a little bit familiar with this is because no, go ahead and explain why you are also in. I mean, not the whole just that she had to do a research paper. So along the process, I became familiar with. I didn't even know who Ed Woods was.
It's just Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Oh, Ed Wood. Ed Wood was. And so yeah, she she would tell me some of the names of the movies. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll let you think, I think it's something about cross-dressing. Not sure.
I think it's a sex change. I'm not sure.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Oh, good. Okay.
I think. Well, I know because I saw it
when it pulled up. Oh, okay.
But all his movies are supposed to be horrible because he wasn't that great at it.
He was like a B- level.
Well, we saw Jailbait.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, and I know that we also have. I don't know if it was recommended or it's on our other list to watch the actually Ed Wood movie start with Johnny Depp. Right? I think we have that one on the list.
It's somewhere there, yeah.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, check the community tab for like any updates. We put out. We're gonna like stick to the schedule. So Mondays. Let's change it up. Wednesdays are always going to be our patron released. Right now, it's Breaking Bad, and then our exclusive movies. Thursdays are our terrible movies, and then Saturdays will be the movies coming to you guys on the YouTube channel. This channel. So check the community tab. We put updates there. We've also got links for Discord, even though you're more familiar with it than me. Anything that gets blocked, we'll put it there, and then there'll be a link from Rumble, so you guys can check out that. I did open up to everyone a Medea Homecoming because it gave us so many issues on YouTube. You can check it out on Patreon or Rumble. And we do have a Twitch that is TBA because she may be starting some gaming on there as well. Yes. So anyway, with that, I guess we could check this one out, see what's going on with this movie.
It's not a long movie, so.
No, it's very short, so.
All right, let's hop to it.
All right, enjoy. Or
don't. Man's constant groping of things unknown, drawing from the endless reaches of time, brings to light many startling things.
Why are you trying to sound like Dracula still?
That's just his voice.
Can we get on with the story?
A new life is begun.
Emmys sure have come a long way, haven't they?
A life is ended.
We'll tell the story. I was put in jail recently. Why? Because I, a man, was caught on the street wearing women's clothing.
Oh, okay.
This was my fourth arrest for the same act.
Seen everything there is for a policeman to see. Yet I wonder if we ever stop learning. Learning about which we see. Trying to learn more about an ounce of prevention.
He's trying to remember his lines, that guy.
I'm a man who thrives on learning. We only have one life to live.
You can only fully understand the sex change by taking two entirely different cases. Two men with exactly the same background, from childhood to manhood and on to their own decisions and destinations.
I'd like to hear the story to the fullest.
No, I wouldn't.
Only the infinity of the depths of a man's mind can really tell the story.
Begone.
That was the stupidest transition ever, sir. It could have come from something else.
Why is the modern world shocked by this headline? Why? Once, not so very long ago, the people of the world were saying,
Airplanes. Huh. Why, it's against the Creator's will.
What?
If the Creator wanted us to fly, he'd have given us wings. Eh? He'd have given us wings.
Dude, we
If the Creator had meant us
Just
to
for
roll
an
around
hour.
the countryside,
Just for
we'd have
30
been born
minutes.
with wheels.
If the Creator had meant
God.
us to be boys, we certainly would have been born boys.
by medical science to those persons who wear the clothing of the opposite sex. Many a transvestite actually wishes to be the
now it's
opposite
just
sex.
cross-dresser. They don't use
The
transvestite
title of this
anymore,
can
do they?
only be labeled
trans,
Behind Locked
Oh,
Doors.
yeah, okay.
Give this man satin undies, a dress, a sweater, and a skirt, or even the lounging outfit he has
they wanna
on.
be a
He's the
man, but they just
happiest
like to wear
individual in the
women's
world.
cross-dresser, right, yeah.
He can work better, think better, he can play better, and he can be more of a credit to his community and his government because he is happy. Many of them simply want to change the clothing they wear to that is worn by the opposite sex. Glen is engaged to be married to Barbara, a lovely,
Oh,
intelligent
there's Glen.
girl.
Now we're getting to Glen's
Those
story.
fingernails have got to go.
You know, I didn't realize they're as long as they are.
My goodness, they're almost as long as mine. Maybe even prettier.
Fitting leather that his shoes are made of.
That's the same
These
one
are the
that
things
doc-
provided
that,
for his home comfort.
Bela Lugosi was in.
It doesn't look so comfortable, does it?
I don't
And
know
get
no
the
man to sit
hat.
up on the sofa like
Better
that.
still, get the receding hairline. Men's hats are so tight they cut off the blood flow to the head, thus cutting off the growth of hair.
That's what
7
they
out of
say, but I
10
don't
men
know.
wear a hat. Just for comparison, let's go native. Back to
Really,
the animal
you need a
instinct.
comparison.
There, in the lesser civilized part of the world, it's the male who adorns himself with the fancy objects, such as paints, frills, and masks. What is it that would happen were this individual to appear this way on the street?
Yeah.
You're doing it now, laughing. Yet, it's not a situation to be laughed at.
Shaved off his facial hair.
Thus,
Really
the
worked
strange
out.
case of Glen, who was Glenda, one and the same person. Not half man, half woman, but nevertheless, man and woman in the same body, even though by all outward appearances, Glen is fully and completely a man.
So let me borrow her dress.
You want to borrow your sister's dress? What for?
I want to wear it to the Halloween party.
Who's talking
There are
about it?
names for boys who go around wearing girls' clothes.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. You go ahead and wear your sister's dress, Glen. You always did look much better as a girl than you do as a man.
Glen did wear the dress to the Halloween party. He even took first prize.
Yeah, work it.
It's all put together outfit, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Then one day, it wasn't Halloween any longer.
Uh-oh. Is that his sister? His mama?
I like that coat.
Maybe if you took the problem to a doctor. It's Glen that needs the doctor. But when things like this go wrong with someone so close and in your own family, it's so hard to believe. It's not really hard to
Those little
believe.
cone cups that they-
It's just hard for you to accept.
It's hard to get
Well,
on
of
my-
course it's hard for me
No,
to
no
accept.
water in there hardly.
Suppose I were to come home with Roy or one of my other boyfriends some night and find Glen like I did last night. Yeah,
So?
that would be hard to explain.
Glen is engaged to be married to Barbara, a lovely, intelligent girl. The problem,
She's pretty.
Sure.
Glenda, Glen's other self. The girl that he himself is, his other individual personality.
Once, long ago, just after we started going steady together, we promised we'd never lie to each other. Are we gonna start now, just because we're engaged to be married?
It's just that... Oh, Barbara, it's nothing that a little sleep won't cure. It's been an awful long day.
It's more than that. Come on, tell me, darling. Who knows? Maybe I can help.
That's just it, you could.
Then something is troubling you.
Yes,
Do I have a right to know?
you have a right to know. But let's just say for the moment that I'm afraid to tell you much.
Glen, is it another woman?
Be honest. But you didn't know at the beginning.
True, but then when you
A
figure it out,
story
it's-
must be told.
People do it because they're scared. You know?
Yeah.
Always the same.
Well,
He's
and
not
it's
had
a
the nerve to
different
tell
time.
her. But he must soon come to some
People are still
conclusion or
scared
forget
about
the
saying
marriage.
first year.
Should he tell Barbara of his Glenda now, before the wedding, or hit her between the eyes with it after,
No,
when it
tell
might
him
be too
before,
late
Glenn.
for either of them?
Says he was perfectly normal, too. How can a guy be normal and go and do a thing
looking at
like
this
that to
stuff?
himself?
All the same, it must take a lot of guts to pull a stunt like that.
It's a problem I don't ever
Not
intend to
learning about
face.
the industrial
Maybe it's a problem we should all face.
I don't get
workforce
you.
here.
Hi, Glen.
Hi, Johnny.
Come on in
Fine, as
and
long
hit
as
it right
it's
for the
respect.
kitchen. I can't let that dinner burn.
And
You know, I thought I was going to have to eat alone tonight.
These cameras
Well, you probably
are like-
will because I've already eaten.
I hate the way this film is shot.
I'm afraid I'll lose her.
Yeah, you might.
I don't want that to happen because
It's gonna be friends. If
I really love her.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's a story from fact.
Johnny
Still love
tells
her,
his story.
friend.
He had not too long ago been married himself. He had kept quiet about his transvestite desires in the hopes that the new wife would never discover it.
Because her love hasn't been built up for such a thing. She, your wife, she will not have been taught enough about the problems to cope with it.
Glenda must now make her decision.
Okay.
That's the 6th time you've said goodnight.
I guess it is. Look. Come on over here a minute.
What is it?
Never mind, just sit down.
Oh my god, that's the living room from Jailbait.
Oh yeah. That's recycling.
Oh, I was beginning to think you'd never get around to it.
You mean you will?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That little shelf, the little with the lamp on it and stuff.
Beware. Beware. Beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys. Puppy duck tails and big fat snails.
It's like the angle's like crooked. It's crooked.
I kind of like as Glen, you're stronger.
What the hell is going on? This movie's a hot piece of shit, ain't it?
I don't know what's happening. Well, I know what's happening, but like,
They're getting married, but why is the devil over there?
it's supposed to be like a mixture of like a social commentary. Maybe? I don't know. Like I get the social commentary.
Yeah.
Part of it. A lot of the like artsy shots are so long.
Look, there's that. Why is everything tilted?
Take care.
I'm a girl. I'm not. You're a boy. A puppy dog tail. Ha! I'm a girl. I'm not. Everything right.
Evil part, like the devil's making me do this. I think that's what the devil's supposed to symbolize. So now it's like with the devil part, the evil part took over, and now
Beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big fat snails.
He tells of this to her, and she looks to the sweater and to his hand. Then, when it is all over and that much of the story he knows is told, Barbara is not sure of her own thoughts.
That's about it, darling. I wanted to tell you for a long, long time, but just couldn't bring myself to do it. I've been too much afraid of losing you.
Glen, I don't fully understand this, but maybe together we can work it out.
Except that there's the second story, that of an extremely advanced case. Let's call this person Alan, Ann. Alan had a mother who wanted a little girl. The father didn't care much one way or the other. He enjoyed doing the woman's work around the house. Alan was becoming a woman and didn't realize it. A woman in mind only, but the mind ruled. Then came the fateful year of 1941. Alan was drafted. He was accepted. In the Army, he successfully passed his vigorous training. It was directed at men like himself, but no one had found out his aversion. He was honorably discharged from the service at the end of the war. He had received the Silver Star and the Bronze Star for gallantry in action. While he was in an Army hospital recuperating from a wound he had received in New Guinea, he learned a very interesting fact. He learned that foreign doctors were doing marvelous work with the sex change. During the following 2 years, he was to go through the tortures of the damned. But never was there a whimper from him, because he knew that at the end of it all, he would at last be that which he had always dreamed. Hundreds of hormone shots were injected into various parts of his body. Alan's face was worked on with plastic surgery to smooth out the female elements. A very happy, lovely young lady that modern medicine and science has created almost as a Frankenstein monster. The newspapers heard of it and hit the story with their usual fullness. If the newspapers had not gotten hold of the story, it would have gone untold, unnoticed as so many others in medical history. Acting the woman and being the woman are two entirely different things. Alan had all his life acted the part of the woman. Now he is that woman and must learn how it's done. Anne must learn how to do her own hair, how to make the correct styling for her facial contours. The proper walk must be adopted. Now that the sex change had been completed, Anne was a very happy woman, and a woman who was eager to learn, and now was accepted by society. A woman born at the age of 24, in a world that for 24 years she had seen as a man, but a woman who now would, and was properly instructed in how to accept a woman's world. Told them the same story of Alan, Anne, as I've told it to you, Inspector. Anne was a pseudo-hermaphrodite. Even though one of the sexes was imperfect, she had the organs and the characteristics of both the male and female. Glen's case is an entirely different type of case.
You think I can kill this second character by transferring her qualities to Barbara?
Exactly. But as the author and his character, the elements must be right.
No.
It's up to you, Barbara. You must take the place, give the love, and accept the facts that Glenda has always accepted.
This is jacked up.
If you love each other as you now believe you do, well, it'll be a hard job, but you'll enjoy doing the job.
Should I let him continue to wear girls' clothing, or should I put my foot down?
If you put your foot down, you'd only go behind closed doors.
I'll do everything I can to make him happy.
With the psychiatric treatments and Barbara's love and understanding, Glenda begins to disappear forever from Glen. Glen has found his mother, his little sister, his wife, and his Glenda, all in one lovely package. Thus, Glen's case has a happy conclusion. Therefore, two entirely different cases, handled in two entirely different ways, have a happy ending.
Yes. But what of the others? Less fortunate Glens, the world over.
That's what you just said now.
Oh, snips and snails and puppy ducktails.
Well, that was Glen or Glenda.
Come back.
That was a whole lot of... I mean, I understand what he was going for, obviously, right? His plot point.
Mm-hmm.
But the story to get there was a whole lot of hot mess.
Like, I understand what he was trying to get at, too.
It just was written really poorly.
It was just done, like, not well.
No. The music was overpowering the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We had filler time of just random shit. For a few minutes we were just watching. What?
Come here.
Yeah, the story was just written really. I mean, we had like a few minutes of just looking at like hot, cold, or whatever in some kind of plant, like while someone was talking in the background. So, for bad movie for sure. 2 thumbs on the bad movie.
I'll give it a 1.5 for social commentary, I guess.
Okay.
Attempt. In fact, I understood it, but I didn't understand what he was trying to get at.
Yeah, no.
I understood it, but then a lot of it I didn't understand because it seemed like he would make the social commentary of yes, right?
Right.
Like you should be progressive.
Right.
But then it seems like he would backtrack and then go forward and then backtrack and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he was trying to cover all his bases with the ones that should be progressive and the people who like aren't going to be. I don't know what he was going for. I don't know. And then a lot of it I was zoning out when it was between the doctor and the detective inspector man. You know, hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat.
I'm gonna say it's your choice. That has nothing to do with me.
I'm not gonna judge you. Like, hey, if that's your business, I'm very much for like, what's the word, like, support LGBTQ, all that, whatever. You know, I mean that's, yeah. That's your business. But yeah, overall the movie was just.
Then again, Ed Wood's movies just suck in
Oh
general.
my God. I don't really even know what to say. I think we commented a lot of it during the movie if we could hear us over the overpowering music.
Yeah, the music was like, the transitions were awful.
Yes.
And a lot of it just didn't make sense.
And then he was talking about how Alan went off to the war, and then we had a few minutes of real warfare. Like, that wasn't necessary. I think it could have been a short film. He could have cut 30 minutes out of this, but he was trying to make it into a full-length film, so he was trying to fill time. But, like, we didn't need all that actual war footage. We didn't need unnecessary, like, that plant where we were just watching the burning coals or whatever that was we were watching. Just...
Also,
and the transitions with the lightning.
Yeah, that fake-ass lightning. It was so weird at the end that he said... Well, he also found his mother and his sister.
Yeah, in her.
I was like, that's weird.
That's messed up.
Why would you say that?
And
like I love you, but I'm not here to be your mom. That's weird.
Yeah, and how basically it was just like, oh, he with therapy he got over it. You know, it's
a lot of it would like go forward and then backtrack, and I don't know.
And then I swear to God, didn't he get shot? What happened there? Or did he just fall on the floor?
I really don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I mean, I've watched movies out there that, you know, well, the Birdcage, you know, but that was more the 2 gay guys, right? But I mean, you can make a good movie talking about transgender or LGBTQ, whatever. There are good movies out there, but man, he did not know what he was doing at all. And again, from your research paper, it was obvious he was terrible. and his budget was nothing.
A shoestring.
So it's like you said, he recycled from Jailbait the props. Probably just shot in the corner of somebody's basement or garage or something, and then they just kept flipping out the background. And you notice he kind of repeated, like they were wearing like the same clothes over and over again.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I don't know. He made a handsome woman though.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else to say. Do you have anything else to say on this?
Let's get it over with.
Anyway, that's the second one we watched from Ed Wood. And then we have another one coming up next week. It's also one of his. We're just going down the list as they were recommended to us. So that's with that. So again, if you want to jump on our Breaking Bad bandwagon, we just completed season 2, episodes 5 and 6. That's on Patreon. We have our exclusive movies every other week. And we either put them on the poll, or we've been doing a spin to win, and our patrons get to choose the movie picks. So if you want to jump on that with us, we are not releasing any more Breaking Bad until we get to 1,000 views on the one episode, the 2 episodes that we released, season 1, episodes 1 and 2. As soon as we get to 1,000 views, we'll release the next 2 episodes. So the links are in the description there. And what else was I gonna say? There was something else I was gonna say. Oh, and then don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe, hit the like, share, continue to comment your fun facts. We've much improved since we started this channel. So, with just overall, and we're going to continue to do that. So, we would love to see more of you, definitely in our Patreon family, because we love and appreciate y'all so very much, or in our YouTube family, our Fearsome family. So, jump on board with that. And I think that's all I have to say tonight. As always, be kind.
It's alright.
See you at the next reaction.